All right, our next segment here on the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show for Monday, September 12th, is the opening lines for college football Week 3. And Mike Brenner, let's just start this show. Obviously, we are tracking the record. Throw your record up there. In our shows, you're 9-4. Yesterday, though, you had six other plays on Twitter?
Yeah, I had 13 plays total. I went 12-1, so I'm grateful for that. But on the videos, 9-4 and got out of that.
9-4 overall, 6-1 last week. Just a great week, Mike Brenner. How you feel about these opening lines? You don't have to give a pick on any of them.
No, I really don't. I can, but there's some spots. I'm going to tell you that. It's definitely caught my attention, Pistol Pete.
Well, let's first talk about this.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, just talk about my record. How did you do this week?
Actually, in college, I did terribly. I'm 6-7 overall, though, which is fine. But because I just gave picks on the games that we covered with guests, which is kind of stupid.
Because I know Friday you had some rock and roll plays that did well.
And then I that was after our videos were shot, though. But I'll be more on the ball this week, I think.
I believe you too. I believe you.
Let's talk about the first game that is just the most interesting, I think, is Alabama. Now, Alabama, as we know, is a team, even though they're a fan favorite, even though they're the top-ranked team in the nation, all that, can still have betting value, even as a favorite. And they're playing with revenge now against Ole Miss. Ole Miss beat them last year. I took this one in the opening line at -9.5. Was it stupid? I don't know, but this line is definitely going to close higher than 10, which is where it is right now. What do you think? Is this obvious value here with Alabama on the road -10?
Man, you just nailed one point that's amazing, and it's that revenge factor. And there's not a coach in college football that but grasps and embraces the challenge of getting revenge to a team than Nick Saban. There's just not. Well, I caught something else, all right? There was a little spat in the last minute of that game, and I'm telling you right now, it was an ass chewing. Nick Saban chewed Lane Kiffin's ass out on the sideline because with 1 minute left, all right, he didn't feel they were running the right place. He wanted to score again, and he thought Kiffin was kind of pulling the pedal off the metal. And you know what? That right there tells me between that and then you get a revenge factor, Pistol Pete, this could be a triple-digit winner.
Really? You don't think that indicates dissent in the locker room?
No,
or
not at all. Not at all. Not those guys. It goes the other way because Kiffin still has his ego and says, all right, watch this. I'll show that bastard. Because deep down, he was accused last year of banging Saban's daughter. That's for real. He was going to be thrown off the team. That's a true story. All right, here's the deal, though. Kiffin, his ego is so big, and then you got Saban. All right, they're going to both want to just show each other. And at the end of the day, Saban's a genius. He knows how to get in Kiffin's head. He's still a kid. He gets in his head psychologically. He knows he'll bring the best out of him. I'm pulling the trigger -10, bro. This is a blowout.
Well, we can give you -10, -1.
Give me -19. I'd take it right now, Pistol Pete.
Maybe you want to do it on a pleaser at some point later on in the week.
Now that I will do.
Right now, we can give you the Greek -9.5, -110.
I'm taking it. I am taking it, baby. Load me up with some Bama.
The Greek does have off-market numbers, which is why you should open an account with the Greek if you don't have them. And we are line shopping.
And I got to ask you this. You know, with me and all the sports, I love that psychological edge. What do you think of that? Did you know they had that spat?
Yeah, I did. I didn't put much. I put more into just how great Alabama's been this year and the revenge factor. I bet it on the opener at 9.5.
Did you hear his response in the press conference when one of the reporters said, "Mr. Saban, I noticed at the end of the game you had a little disagreement with Lane Kiffin." He said it wasn't a disagreement; it was an ass chew, and I chewed his ass out. He wanted to just separate that. I love that edge, baby.
All right, you know what? I might take it back later in the week, but as of right now, I'll go with you -9.5.
You're not taking that back.
I bet it.
You'd be a fool. I won't let you take it back, Pistol.
Maybe it might be. I mean, with the I didn't give the what was their week 1 game? What was that?
Blew it out. They killed USC by 50 points.
And I liked it. I bet it, but I didn't have the
pulled
balls
it out,
to give it in the
and
show.
I did,
Why didn't I? All right, So I'm giving it right now. Official -9.5.
There you go.
All right, let's see.
You just fired me up with that one, baby. Damn.
All right, now another one that's caught my eye. What do you think about this one? TCU. I had a loser with that one. Outright loss, and then Iowa State, of course, looking like a relatively bad version of Iowa State right now. They lost to Northern Iowa and then got absolutely blown
Pounded
out
by Iowa.
a not super impressive
Not
Iowa
even
team.
a great Iowa team. In a rival game, when that in-state rival comes and you don't show up for that, you're in trouble. And TCU losing outright, guess what?
So the question is this is another one I bet. TCU only -23.5. Does TCU have what it takes to get that kind of a win? I think they probably do. What do you think, Mike?
I think they do because of Iowa State. But Pistol Pete, I would do it on a lean. I'm not going to pull the trigger, though, because, TCU really shocked me in a few ways. They made some mental mistakes. But I don't know. Shit, I want to do it, but I'm not. You're just going to do this to me again. So, no, I'm not doing it, but I like it. So.
All right, for now, again, I might pull it later on because I think this. If I didn't think the line was going to go up, I wouldn't.
Well, the pressure's on them. You know that. So they.
This one could easily close
You know what?
at like 25 and a half.
I'm doing it. I'm going for it. Yep. Hell yeah, I'm taking it. I can't
All
believe
right,
you.
23 and a half minus 110.
I'm glad you're not with me when I'm making
gonna-
major purchase decisions.
I'm
Jesus.
going to be on that one as well. For now, both of us are on TCU minus 23 and a half, minus 110. All right, Mike Brenner, what else has caught your eye? Those
Well,
are the two games I'm
there's one other that I don't know. I just don't know what I'm looking at it going. Oh, wait a minute, that might be dangerous. But there's one I think we've got to talk about.
What's that?
I love Appalachian State at home. At home, getting 3.5 against Miami.
Wow, that's
Come
an
on.
interesting
I'm
game
putting
that you
it
have
out
there. That is that they're a peculiarly tiny home dog here to Miami, Florida. Feels like the public's going to be all on Miami, Florida here, and you like Appalachian State.
I love it.
Tell us why.
I just love it because this team is real.
Yeah.
This team is real.
Yeah.
They proved it against Tennessee,
Sure.
and then they stepped out this week and just blew a team out, just battered them, and did it early. All right, this team is so good from last year, people forget about it. They just hear the Appalachian State and think automatically they don't know how to play football. I got news for you. Those boys from North Carolina know how to show up. All right, Miami, on the other hand, right now is getting a lot of hoorah because Mark Richt went down there. They played a couple shitty schools. All right, shit's getting real when they go to Appalachian State, and I got news for you, buddy. They're getting the outright win. Give me Appalachian
Really?
State.
All right, so you want them on the money line or you want them on
I want them on the
3.5?
money line.
Okay, well, the money lines aren't out right now.
Wait a minute. You know what? Give me the 3.5
Okay.
because I'd be stupid not to take that
You know,
extra weapon.
but the 3.5 right now is minus 110.
I'm
That's the
taking
best
it.
line we can give you at the Chris
3.5.
Books bookmaker and DSI plus 3.5 minus 110.
I love
All
it.
right.
It's a very well coached team, Pistol Pete. I'm telling you, Miami, I think is going to overlook this team. And don't get this wrong, but the players that Mark Richt just inherited from Miami, from the old Al Golden regime, they're cocky. They got that to them, and they're going to go in there thinking they're just going to kick this team's ass. And guess what? Tail between the legs, baby. For real.
All right, Mike Brenner. Now, of course, we're shooting this on Monday afternoon, so we can't do our in-depth research on every game.
No.
So I don't know if you
Well,
know
you
about this,
probably
but
could,
the
but-
first thing, the one game that I looked at the overnight line that I was thinking I kind of liked was USC getting 6.5. Now they're getting 8.5 or 9 against Stanford. Now, is that betting action? Is someone out for USC? I think that's like someone came in big on Stanford, but I'm thinking that I said from the beginning of this year, I think McCaffrey's due for a step back, and I think that the turnover on the offensive line for Stanford, I think that they're a little bit overrated, a little bit overvalued. We've talked also about how we like the regime change at USC, so I'm thinking that USC would be a good play here. But
I'm dying to talk.
So go ahead.
Pistol
What's up
Pete.
with the move?
I love
The
it.
line
I
move?
love it. And you nailed it. All right.
No, but what's
McCaffrey,
up with the
Stanford.
line move?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with that line move. That's where I lean on you, and I'm not kidding. But again, you know what? This team, USC, after that blowout, when Alabama just manhandled them, they came out and they cashed that ticket for me beautifully. I was all over them. Remember, I jumped on them. Was one of my early picks, minus 16. They crushed it, and they scored early, and often. This team is nowhere near as bad as Alabama made them look. Alabama's just that good, right? So here's what I think. I think there's a little. I just think that there's some overvalue with Stanford here. I really do.
That's what I'm thinking
I'm going to
as
keep
well.
letting it go up. This is one I'm waiting because if it keeps going, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah.
And you talk about a teaser, which I got one for you fellas before we wrap it up.
All right, yeah. Before we wrap it up, there's a couple of other games that are interesting to me. One of them is Temple's playing Penn State. Remember last year Temple beat Penn State pretty handily.
Yep.
They're getting 8.5 or 9. I'm going to hold off on that one for right now. This feels like one of those games that's going to close at 7.5, maybe 7. Temple might be a good bet, but I'm going to hold off on that one for now. And also another one that I'll hold off because I think it might go up. San Jose State as a big home dog to Utah. San Jose State 12.5. It's heading up. It's like 13. If this one hits 14, I'm going to jump on it. And I think that Utah they have a big game up next. Who is it? They have a big game.
Utah?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd be lying if I tried to pull one of them.
I'm trying to remember who they have up next, but Utah has they're playing San Jose State, and Utah plays very conservative, low-scoring games.
Absolutely,
they could
that's
easily
what they
get
do.
like a dominant win and still not quite cover a 2-touchdown spread. So I'm leaning towards San Jose State. That's an opening line that caught my eye. And is there anything else that caught your eye, Mike Brenner?
There's one I think people ought to just be a little careful of.
What's that?
Cincinnati and Houston Thursday night. These guys play tough against each other.
Utah has USC up next. Sorry.
It's all right. You can interrupt me like that because that means your brain never stops. It's clicking all the time, just like a damn Rolex. All right, I'm telling you, and I'm not putting a pick out here, but I think the public's jumping all over Houston. I just really do.
Yeah.
And the quarterback Greg Ward got hurt.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I think he probably played, but you mess up your shoulder, you're hurting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I got news for you. Cincinnati plays this team tough. You may want to Sit back. That
Kind
might
of
be a
smart,
dog.
Mike Brenner. I also think
know
that
it.
Houston might be a little bit overvalued. What are they?
Overvalued. Ooh.
Number 6 in the AP poll? Give me a break. They're not.
They're not a number
no.
6. I got news for you. Put them up against
Yeah,
Alabama.
yeah.
They'll be crawling to
Nice,
get back
nice
to double
analysis.
A.
All right, Mike Brenner. Well, we could obviously talk about every game here and sit here for 5 hours.
I know we
Anything
could.
else you
Hell,
wanna
why
bring up?
not? No, I don't, because I might reveal too much,
Yeah.
and I want to keep people hanging on for the week. Because I
All
got
right.
some doozies this week, baby.
Well, those are the top opinions and games we wanted to highlight.
I got to
on the
review them, though,
opening
because I got a
line.
teaser
Oh, right.
I'm putting
Okay,
out.
okay, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Review all your picks.
All right, here's what I am going with. I'm going with Bama minus 9.5, minus 110. I'm telling you guys, oh, my God. And I'm going with TCU on the someone's going to pay for this shit game,
Okay.
minus 23.5. And I got a 3-team teaser, Pistol
let's hear
Pete. All right, and I'm going to go with, let's see, let's go with
Any book.
5 dimes.
Okay.
Okay, Appalachian State. Give me 10 on top of what? 3.5.
Okay, let me. I can't scroll through all these things. So just tell the team.
Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Appalachian State should be about plus 13.5. All right, USC getting 18.5 because they're at
Okay,
8.5, and Alabama even.
There you go.
Come on, baby.
All right, Mike Brenner. So you got those 3 picks. I
Yep.
also went on with you with TCU and Alabama. We'll be covering a lot more games, obviously, throughout the weekend, giving picks every day. And then on Friday, we'll give all of our final picks. Mike Brenner again.
Hey, listen,
12
I
and
wanted
1.
you to tell
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
viewers, though, about the conflict resolution.
Conflict
because
resolution. If you're betting on any of these games at any time of the year and you have a dispute with a sports book, you can fill out a complaint form at sportsbookreview.com and they will try to resolve that for you for free.
For
No
free.
promises, but for free. They will take.
Well, I said that to say
Yeah.
this because those books are the ones you want to stay away from. But the books on our bonus page, go there. Those guys are not only paying you out on time, they're rated A and A+, and they got the best bonuses. Bookmaker and 5 dimes, still the traffic is just flowing over there because of their bonuses. So jump on it, sign up through SBR, keep us around, and hit that like button.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.